Yeah, a lot of exciting things to come up down the line. We got Heroic MIBR next, and we'll be finishing the day with Furia Cloud9. But for now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's get into CS Summit 007 Dust to OG Dig.
We'll see which sides the guys will be starting off. I think Dig started the CT side last time. Actually, a same repeat here again. Freiburg opting for 2 flashbangs and a kit, and we're live with the third map, first series of the day. 1-1 in maps. Monday, this map was 16-14 in favor of OG. 8-7, 8-7 halves. Still very competitive, so we'll see if we're going to see a little bit more like we saw in Inferno today, or if it's still going to be as competitive. It's a good start here for the side of Dignitas Vi, getting the entry on NBK in middle.
Wow.
Nice trigger work there from Valde out through long, and it's left this 3-on-3 now. Dignitas, with a lot of focus in towards CT, decide that this is not their best angle of approach, and so they'll go back up at Catwalk. Now Freiburg, with these 2 flashes, can try and set his team up to propel them into the retake. One of those is already gone, clearing short. Nobody there for OG. And so that's left them with this 1 flashbang. Over it goes. Nobody's blind, but there's the opener for Forest. Alexaby over here at Goose. He's not able to duck his way out of that one. And now it's just Valde left up, trying to deny this defuse from down in the pit. And he does. Oh, Valde gets them off the bomb. No, he doesn't, rather. He gets all 3. Locks in the round. That was the ace. But he doesn't win it. They stick it.
I wonder if he knows if he has a kit there, because he starts running up towards the ramp a little bit, but I think he spots the head where he's at. Loses a second there of his time. Damn, that was
I saw him get that first kill. I thought that was on the diffuser, but no, I mean that's kind of devastating, right? Like, you do everything, you get all the kills, but you don't win the round. That's kind of devastating for Valde.
Look at this buy. Valde gets dropped on SG, has armor as well. Look, this is what I mean. Plant down on T side is absolute unreal. With this kind of buy, you have 1 member alive. No members alive on Dignitas, so not even armor is being saved. And we compare the buys, and it's absolute unreality of, like, did Dignitas Vi really win this first round?
Yeah, we always used to joke, like, oh, it's our favorite game. Who won the pistol round? You know, like, it's very, very hard to discern in instances like this, right? Because you could even make an argument that this investment for OG is almost better than what Dignitas have been able to bring to the table. And, you know, like, yeah, they're more limited in terms of utility, but being on this T side, you know, like, in theory, as long as you're not planning to throw in any, like, big fake, you only need, like, a few pieces of utility to actually execute in towards one of these bomb sites. It's going to be helped out even more, right, with this opener, yeah. And now back up onto the Xbox. Now, Dignitas have pushed long, and they are coming on this wrap, but they're going to arrive too late. They're going to miss the timing on this. They've kind of missed the boat on catching the short play. They might be able to at least deal with MBK, but he's now seen them. He knows about this flank that's coming through, and so that's made OG really accelerate in towards A. They get the site for free, they get the 4-on-4, and this is a bit of a rough spot for Dignitas to be in.
Oh, yeah, the SG, I was going to say, I mean, great position for Valde here as well, and by the A ramp. No flashbang on Freiburg here. But Forest with the SMG coming from Catwalk. This is really bad spot to be in here. Dignitas Vi. They have long control now here as well, so you could make the argument of maybe should have saved, but...
Oh, they checked all the wrong angles in this 2v3. It was so close. Forest just chasing. He doesn't know he's right below. And yeah, I mean, you know, from Freiburg checking ramp instead of long, he only gets 1. He probably could have doubled. They were both blind. And then, you know, Forest even checks Goose instead of default. He's not to know, but there was definitely a chance there for Dig. That being said, nice round for OG. As you said, Harry, sped up once they realized that long play has come through, and Valde posting to kill them on the retake. Krieg, dirty gun. Don't see it very often nowadays, but finds OG a forced victory.
And with that, no money on the hands of Dignitas Vi. Opting for just a half buy with what they had, of $1,500, so just a pistol each. Force opting for the scout, but no armor, so very difficult round here for the CTs. And I like this approach from OG as well. You know, we see this more and more, maybe not so on eco rounds, but just the fact that people taking over long and taking their time and then just walking across. They obviously know that no one was fighting for long control this time around, so they should know that they're going to be spotted from the site. So some nades should be used. Trying to block off the smokes as well, so the wall doesn't cover all of CT spawn. Lands the first tag, 2 of them on Alexei B. And here comes the push, and there are a lot of Dignitas 5 members here as well, but NBK with 2 nice kills.
Oh. Yeah, order's been restored though, right? These pistols not getting away with all too much. Harry in late with the Deagle. That big old Prince Street. Ah, wanted him to do more with it. Second on the board for OG. And now it is just, you know, now it is just like a full eco for Dignitas. So this is where OG kind of should ease into that 3-1 lead. Shouldn't be too much of a contest here. These kind of, you know, eco rounds on the CT side of Dust feel pretty brutal because there's so many of these long angles where you struggle to really get away with anything. You've got the one flash on Freiburg, so maybe we've got some kind of push in mind. Oh,
okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's a little rough, isn't it? They don't even manage to get across to B. They're all just waiting down here in CT. As mentioned, there is the flashbang. Maybe that can give them a push, and maybe, you know, you get away with snatching a kill that you shouldn't get. But not really any danger here to OG. Not any real danger that they're worried about.
I think he thinks he clears it there, but CT spawn stack. I think that's why. Gets the kill on NBK, makes it a 4-on-4. No weapons though. Still very much in advantage of OG here on this round, and obviously A is completely open.
Ooh, yeah, nice and clean. 1 death should be it here for OG. And not a worry to find that anti-eco. USPs get flattened, and 3-1-uppers did come in with the big old guns. You have that orb as well as glass for Halzerk. He just wants to get it in regardless of the where or the how. None for OG though, right? With a clean round, and maybe MBK could drop one over, but I think, or someone else rather. Maybe Mantu throws MBK the gun and buys one himself. Yeah, that is the play. Oh,
Tags forth again.
Yeah.
That was almost a headshot again, by the way. He's just running straight across. I think that's why I started with 3 members towards that B-bomb side early. Tends to be pretty popular, especially if you know that they have an SMG, but obviously we know here as well. Look at actually the gamble here. No one is playing the A-bomb side. It's a full-blown B and mid stack with a B tunnel push.
Oh, they're really trying to take advantage of the fact that they've got Alexa B trapped down in the lower tunnels, and they do get away with the kill. However, you know, in chasing this down, you've given up a bit of room over here at long and short. Set up to play retaker Dignitas in the 5-on-4. A site about to belong to OG. They do have to get across. There's that late smoke to fall, and that should allow them to get over. This has given a lot of time to Dignitas to get ready. Like, the one advantage that OG had was that this A site was free. It was right for the taking. However, these smokes landing late buys time for Dignitas to rotate up onto the catwalk, and so now Valde trying to watch over MBK while he gets that bomb down. No danger yet to these players in the site, but it is right around the corner. As Digger now knocking on the door. Forest, there's the first. Trade in for Valde as it falls now to him and Mansu. They're both gone consecutively. They try to peek together, and that ends up being their undoing. Dignitas onto a second as that defuse comes in.
That's a nice first round, actually. I love the gamble there. Obviously opting for mid and B, but then pushing into tunnel. Normally, you know, if OG, the T side, rather had any intent of doing a B split, for example, what you end up happening there is that they just rush out mid, and that's when you have the 3-man stack there as well. OG opting to go A instead. Obviously, we saw that on the minimap as well. That was the plan all along. A little bit slow, like the cautious play there as well from both sides. Bomb does go down though, but it's the first weapon round on the board for Dignitas Vi. Again, Forrest gets tagged. He's only him too.
Oh, barely hit. Grouped B with 3. How early will they be going? Valdi just popping players out into the lower tunnel. That flash is to catch a cat boost to watch lower. There's nothing going on though. It's a double upper push on B. Forrest is holding with the AWP, but not moving, not wavering. On the other side is Issa. Who falls first? Who makes the move? And it's Issa into the AWP. That mid to B split was getting set up, but they've lost all tons control. This could get very difficult to get away with. They might have to go back up the catwalk, but Long is locked as well. It's just been mollied by Harry and Co. So this is, this is like desperation for OG. This is their plan gone, and them having to call on the fly, back up cat to A.
Yeah, it's a retake setup here as well from Dignitas Vi. Lucky if Halsa gets a kill here, but the intent should be that he stays alive and waits for his teammates. We saw this smoke from Fnatic actually, the one that Halsar's using. Oh my god, I can't believe that!
So
in this round when we saw this the first time, JW got 4 kills. And
how?
I can't believe it. I mean, it's behind the box, and we saw the smoke there, so obviously it was a bit of a mind F. Oh, leaving Mount here now in a 1 versus 2 situation. Oh my god, he almost lands that shot. Would have left it in a 1-on-1, and we had the last guy in CT spawn. Very close rounds here now. And we compare the money even. OG's still going to be buying here, I'm sure. Dignitas Vi with only 2 members alive. Still going to be pretty strapped on cash. Guessing a timeout was called here, potentially. Let's talk about it. Like I said, I think OG, if they want to here, argument could be made to buy, and I think that's what we're hearing here in the sound cues. Knowing very well that Dignitas Vi obviously not 100% on their economy yet, so want to fight for the control early. Here's the situation again. Yeah. It looks weird for us, obviously, it's behind the box. But the 2 guys that's essentially, standing on cat there, that's really what this smoke is for when we talk about the one-way, but maybe it was placed a little bit differently and you couldn't really spot him, but it works out nonetheless. I do like that play initially, though, from Dignitas Vi, the pushing into B tunnel. Not really even pushing, just really holding the angles right with 2 guys. Same idea, ready for a trade. OG actually opting for a half buy here. It's Issa just with the sole rifle and a lot of pit smokes. Opting to go fast out mid, and Force could actually be caught here.
Oh. Yeah, traded by Heap. Freiburg holds B, but Heap's trapped on the balcony, and he gets knocked down a few floors. Freiburg, another one. Reload coming through with 5 bullets left. Oh, he's running out of time. He's running out of opportunity. They're getting closer. Flash by his teammate as well. That's not going to help. Issa with a kill. And luckily, Halzak will trade him, leaving Mantu in the clutch. Bomb is back at the tunnels. He forgot it, and he doesn't even have a gun. It's about taking the fights. Finds a Galil. Smoke at the door. Will he go through it and try and force an engagement here, or is he going back for the plant? Tick-tock.
Yeah, what a bad spot to be in here if you're Mount to, especially, you have the smoke still here for another 5 seconds. But once that goes down, yeah, it's going to be a fake plant.
Nice. Oh, traded though.
How did they didn't have armor there, right? Or had armor rather. So the headshot from Mount to ends up getting the kill. That's a very close round. I think they get caught off guard there a little bit. There was a 3-man setup towards the B-bomb site, but we see it earlier on. This is right before this situation. Adam doing a really good job in staying alive here, but see the timing there for Forrest, and I believe it was Heap was a little bit off, so get the 1 and then the Deagles come into play.
Oh, these mid-door shots have been brutal.
Oh, it's not felt comfortable, has it? I gotta say as well, it does feel like we're getting a good game out of Halzerk on that AWP. You know, like even though he's not like got some crazy scoreline yet, only 8 rounds in, all the kills that he has had have been so impactful at kind of getting Dig back into these rounds. Right, even in that last one where it was 2v2, he sprints up to the window, gets that trade, and I think you'd agree there, Robin, right, that a 2v2 in that scenario can play out so differently and can be so favored for OG over what they were given at the end. That kind of, you know, nice, easy 2v1, just able to play the trade game. So now we got this little B play. Freiburg trying to create a one-way of his own. Forest down through lower. They lose Halzerk, so now the pressure's really on for Freiburg. Oh, Harry with only one more as well, so Freiburg's got to deliver, and they sniff him out inside of the site. OG are on to 4. It's cool what Freiburg tries to do there. It's just sad that he's not able to find any of the angles from it, you know, and then he realizes, well, I'm going to have to drop down. They're already in the site, and they're on high alert when they realize that they've only killed one inside of B and the others are already wrapping, so maybe there's someone else still around.
That was a cool round by OG as well. We kind of saw the rotates coming in from Dignitas Vi. They had 2 guys over at the A in the beginning, so when OG was opting for that long push early, they just left the control. So really nicely called round there from Alexi. Rotates again. It's an eco round from Dignitas Vi, but we do have 2 members here up in mid. Bob's ready for it though.
Ooh.
Not gonna matter. Heat peak. Goodbye.
Yeah, Heat Peak, that needs to be a Steam group. I will join it. That's savage stuff. Very quick D. 4-4 now, and out mid, Harry's found another. Forest caught looking at B. There was no one inside of the site to cover it. Alexi catching Heap, moving back down the catwalk from Long, and Harry in a 1-on-2. They saw him at A earlier. He's crept over to middle, but they're already holding. Oh, knife out. There's a chance there, but a missed shot. And now they know they can just double down, commit to A, and maybe win the round. Oh, one fight.
No.
Dangerous decision there. At least the bomb makes it, but a big play being made by Alexi B. He is in your head. He is one step ahead. Look at Alexi right now.
He's going mid and behind him too. That's
no
insane.
way.
That's 400 IQ, man. Oh my god.
Oh.
Wow.
Heartbreak for Harriet, but the round for OG. Alexi, I love that, right? You could have made the decision to just walk the bomb over towards B, right, and get it down, but he decides, well, you know, while I've got the element of surprise, while he doesn't know where I am, why don't I go for the kill and just cement the round, you know, leave nothing to chance? Because you imagine if that comes down to the 1v1, but the bomb gets planted B instead, you know, yeah, you have lots of time to get set up in the post plant, but it also gives a lot of time to Harry to reposition, to figure out how he wants to approach that clutch. Instead, you know, you just kind of cut the head off the beast before it's even a problem.
Oh, with the flash, they go through the long smoke. MBK is so blind. Valdi gets one from the pit, crosses Mantu with a spray, and it's good for 2. It's a bit of a messy pistol round here, but yeah, you take that if you're OG. Met with 5 players on long and only 2 deaths. Could be way worse.
Yeah, absolutely. That could have been really bad. I think we had 3 pistol players fighting the guy in pit and didn't really quite get him on time. And by then, reloads come in. But yeah, that's a great flashbang. 4 members from OG here, though. Was a USB save, though, from Dignitas Vi. So if we look at the scoreline again, compare that to Monday, it was an 8-7 scoreline in favor of OG there on that T side. It's 6-4 right now, so might be staying very close to similar, but you never know. Could also be at 11-4 half here for all we know. Not a lot of utility here from Dignitas Vi side here either, and it's a fast round from OG out in middle. Oh, that's a nice time smoke there from Heap. Prevents OG from going out any further. Retake setup here on the bomb side again from Dignitas Vi. The only problem here with doing the retake setup like this is that you don't have enough nades to actually do a retake. So you're banking on the fact that you really want some kills here, but we see their minimap. They're falling back instead, giving OG full control of the map or on the A-bomb side if they want. I think this is going to be a very, very difficult situation here for Dignitas Vi if OG gets the bomb down here with 5 members alive. You might even argue here that it might be even a safe call being discussed if we don't get a quick kill here early.
Yeah, at the very, very least, you kind of planned for this with Halzerk down in pit, right? He's here to hopefully take someone down and give you a reason to commit to the 5v4 retake is what you're hoping for, but OG never give him that fight. They never give him the angle. And in fact, with Mantu waiting here, this might be an OG frag. And there it is, MBK in with another. And this round just might have fallen apart unless the heat peaks can come in, and they keep coming. It's Forest alongside him to snatch it back in favor of Dig. Now the bomb planted for short. Valde, top of the board here, in with the swing, but it's Forest to lock in the round. That is really impressive for Dignitas. Like you say, Robin, I think you could have even considered a save there in a 5v5. On top of that, they actually go a man down. They're what, like 2v3, 2v4 at one point, and they managed to turn it around. That's all on the back of Heap and Forest just giving us a great individual performance over towards CT.
Yeah, I mean, I would make the argument here as well, though, that OG is allowing for this retake to happen the way it does. They get to 2 entries there when the first initial retake comes in, and they're in a good spot, but they keep on peeking spawn. They have to defuse the bomb, and I think that's really the mistake here. I mean, we'll take those, right? But I think absolutely it's a really nice retake. Make the argument here probably shouldn't have happened. This is a really fast round, though. I was going to say maybe Dignitas Vive players here get some flash, but Forest definitely did. Fireberg with a great angle, though. 5-on-3. Was supposed to be a mid-round take on the B-bomb side. We're still not out of it yet, though.
PK is deep. That's a nice smoke. Forest is playing above it on the boxes, and he's just going to rush the last guy. Gets what he deserves there, but Mantu surely can't win the round on V3. Bails out to post, but probably doesn't know that all 3 players are here. Is he saving, or is he going for the full wrap? You know, you have time. Yeah, you have time to go long and fight CT and do something crazy, but...
Yeah, we look at the money as well. They know for a fact OG is going to be saving 1 round anyway, so, you know, keeping the op, sure, you can maybe buy onto it, but I think it's a solid call here from Mantu. Knowing that the bomb is down, sure, you might do some economical damage here, but should never be a reality of, you know, potentially winning the round where the bomb is located with 3 members alive.
Yeah, I like this wrap, but yeah, they're not fighting. They're not giving him the kill. If they were peeking window, maybe. But entering B with 20 seconds and an orb, definitely not the move. NT for Mantu, but yeah, wasn't going to happen. And big hold on B from Forest and Freiberg as well. Putting up 4 kills in this round, 3 from Forest. Now Dig start to move out to hunt, but not too heavy-handedly. They keep their guns. And 3 alive at the end of things. Dig floating above the surface.
Six to 6. What are you gonna say, Hugo?
I was going to say, I always find rounds like these very awkward for a team on the T side, right? Because you've got this AWP for Mantu, but obviously he has no money because of the save. And then you got pistols around him. So it's like, you know, you really want to double save if you're Mantu, or win the round alone, but, you know, you can't really rely on that. And it's hard finding the balance between putting the AWP in a position to succeed and also not risking just throwing it away.
Yeah, and I mean, a round like this as well, you can make the argument here, obviously, Mantu's definitely going to be taking the lead. But he's the only one with armor and even a weapon. Remainders are Glocks, so if they were to win this, we have to see some nice shots here from Mantu.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. They bait them in with the pit player making contact first, and really it's all like a ruse to get them to walk into the player on the blue bin. I love those kind of bait and switches, especially when they work. They look really, really pretty. When they don't work, it looks kind of ugly, and you're left going, oh, if only you just played it normally. But nah, man, in situations like that, especially when you know you're up against like a low economy round, it's going to be very, very, you know, like the real bulk of the firepower there, as we said, is Mantu. And so if you've got his attention on the pit, and then you're just worrying about a bunch of Glocks that at that point in time are all also looking at pit, you know, they're the ones that are going to be reacting to you on the blue bin. And so that's a nice mop-up, a nice way to keep that round fast and clean for Dignitas. And a great time to pull in that bait and switch setup.
Dignitas have hit that number 7 as well. Same rounds that they got on Monday. OG opts to buy here. We saw obviously their money wasn't great, so you could have made the argument maybe you do another half buy here and you have a great buy for next. But obviously doing it this way gives you maybe more of a guarantee of getting that 8-7 half instead of in your favor instead of 8-7 in favor of the opponents. And based on setups here, I think Dignitas has done a good job, a good call here with 3 towards B, and we see OG is out mid and looking towards going towards the B area. So going to be seeing some action here relatively soon. Waiting for the smokes to fade on timing here. And we always talk about, actually, we see number 7 is it's actually Valder coming up towards B as well. So Alexa B is just going to be working as the lurk here on the mid. Based on timing, we should see if he should take contact first or if he waits for lurk. I think he's going to be the one that actually takes contact first and then for the others to come in. Wonder if he's expecting keep here though. He doesn't.
Oh, this is brutal, man. Once again, they've been baited in by Freiburg. Forest holding the line, not giving up an inch, and even when he does get dealt with, there's that third man there to deal with it. I do love how, you know, you do get proper baited in by Dig, you know, that they force you into engagements that they've convinced you are favorable. You know, you've got Freiburg firing in and you're going, right, he's off for the reload. Let's pressure him now. Let's catch this guy out. Well, no, because the joke's on you, mate. There's actually this double crossfire set up from the cubby at tunnels and the double doors as well. And that is just brutal, man. You walk into a meat grinder and you get ground up. What a surprise. OG. Force buying, last round of the half. Oh, it's a bit weird. It's a bit wonky. And there's man 2 out of the round. He gets caught. Blind as a bat from the flashbangs. Now they try and accelerate up through Catwalk. Halzerk even getting 1 here and then falling off is totally fine. I think that would have been great, but he decides to fall off early, so Dignitas can just play this 5v4. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's playing the numbers game. It's playing the trade game to just ease this round over the finish line. You don't need heroics here. You just need to get the job done.
Oh, in the spawn, MBK Deagle spam, but this is to help out, and everyone falls like flies right now. It's Alexi in the spawn with a scout. This might just be the half in the favor of Dignitas, because a jumping scout or a jumping M4 needs to happen now, and it's not meant to be. Too little, too late. 9 at the half for Dig, and damn good go at the half, really. We're going to be throwing to a break. This is the culmination of Dust 2. This best of 3 series ends in just a sec.
My, oh my, 9-6, Dignitas in the lead. And I know at least 1 out of the 3 of us here feeling a little nervous right now because everything's going well. Oh, but when things are going well, that also means that things can go bad. So we're going to have to wait and see. There's a bit of a duel down here through middle. And Halzerk's been deleted on the mid-peak. MBK wreaking havoc, USP through the mid doors. It's not every day that you see that be the opening fight in the round.
Yeah, you can make the argument there as well when Halzerk gets tagged. Smoke is on the way as well. We don't have to re-peek that.
I guess it's one of those moments where you're saying to yourself, well, there's no way he hits it again. And then he hits it again and it's like, oh, well, maybe I should have stopped fighting. So now a man down. Oh, Dig.
Yeah. And I also don't like, so we have potential of an A split here. Obviously, Force is a little bit late, but we have Bomb going out long. Usually, I'm not a fan of that. Bomb goes down. It's basically a round loss right off the bat. So, as I say that, nice entries there, but it's still a 2-on-3 situation. I say Freiburg with another nice kill there. The P250 man on pistol rounds is fucking bonkers.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it? It's so good. And that's for anyone watching at home. If you play with your mates, be the guy that drops the P250. Everyone will love you for it. MBK though. Oh, I was going to say, maybe locks it in. No, it's Freiburg with the turnaround. Very, very aware. He had the read, but sadly couldn't back it up by landing the shot. That's always upsetting, right? Like, you've read it perfectly. You know exactly what's going on, but you just can't get the connection, especially after having such a good pistol round up until that point from him individually. So OG get the pistol, and now this is their chance to kind of blaze a trail to tie this game up, especially with the force buy coming in for Dignitas.
I apologize for the fans out there. It turns out that I spoiled with my tweet. I had no idea. I thought I even waited with it on purpose too. I apologize, guys. Trying, you know, it happens.
Oh man, you know, and I think if anyone's allowed to give little spoilers, it's got to be you, right? For Fifflaren, man, it's got to
I
be
accidentally made a tweet there, you know. Yeah, it's another pistol round. I think they won the first pistol round as well, OG. Without the bomb plant, Dig opts for a buy. So AK dropped for 4th here as well. No flashbang to hit this B bomb site. So, oh man, Alex, this is a really smart play from him. Running through the smoke as they're fighting. Chaotic round, makes it a 3-on-3. No nades left on Dignitas Vi side though, with Hada being very low.
Oh,
he gets
the
tagged.
scout tag. That's pretty big. Because now the HP's kind of even odds and it's anyone's game. Harry still putting up numbers despite being like a couple. Oh, that nade's gonna do it. There it is. Finally, they deal with him, but it's still a huge performance from him to leave it all on Valde. And then he was the guy who was tagged by that scout just moments ago. Now very low on HP and likely just considering the save. It's a call that you hate to have to make, but you have got no other choice if you're Valde. So Dig with that force buy, it was a risky force as well, you know, like, because that could have been, you know, if you lose that, no money in the follow-up, that's how OG tie the scoreline up. But now you've made it work, you've reached double digits, and you've completely ruined OG. Like, I think it's almost better to win the force T side versus the CT money, you know, because then they only get that 1 loss bonus. It's really going to impede what OG are able to bring to the table in this force buy. Because, like, you know, if you were getting $1,900 on the back of losing the pistol, well, if you do force, you've at least got, like, some utility with these pistols. You've got a bit of a varied buy. Here, you've got that saved FAMAS on Valde. Mansu's got a scout. But other than that, you know, there's not really too much to go off of here for OG.
Oh, man, that was close. That's a really good information call there from Valde, though. Frabber might just get stuck here. As I say that, that's an insta-kill. Oh, my God. He had a nice pistol as well. Continues that trend. Being very crispy right now. This is the round play I was talking about. You just basically, you walk past it. The smoke is there, but with the smokes being down for so long, there's so much room that you kind of have to circulate around the car and stuff like that, getting a good spot. This is what happened on the first game. I don't know if you guys remember, but Dignitas Vi tried to plant with the smoke still being up, and OG actually win that round. And I think it's one of the things that ends up OG winning that series. Dignitas Vi being a little bit smarter, learning from their mistakes, waiting with the bomb plant until the smokes are now faded. Small things.
Yeah, still a safe plant with too long. If this was a retake round, that'd be a risk. But I feel like they already know that OG have thrown in the towel.
So we were actually having this discussion during the break just now about Freiburg, right, and how the timing for him being this kind of aggro IGL style, you know, mirroring that of like a Carrigan or an Alexa B, or, you know, it kind of like the general meta of IGLs feels like it's in a place where you want them creating space, you know, you want them at the front, not afraid to fight. I think, you know, you can look at like Nexa, Apex as other good examples. And I think for guys like Apex as well, what we saw for him in Vitality when he took over the IGL role, not only is he great at creating space, but it feels like it's kind of reinvigorated him, right? Like giving him new challenges to look to. I imagine the same thing could be said for Freiburg with the situation he finds himself in.
Yeah, no, absolutely, right. And I think that argument has always been made with in-game leaders stuff like, are they supposed to be fraggers, or are they supposed to, you know, what's their actual purpose? And I think when Furia came into play, you know, with the art mentality there as well, you know, communication is just so key, right? And I think the argument can be made of like, yeah, sure, you have the in-game leader in Alex, right, of being the opper, so you get a lot of information of just holding angles too. But then you're expecting that person that is your entry fragger, that is taking a lot of space, to be very good on his comms, to give a lot of information over to Alex. But I can see why this makes more and more sense when you have the game leader also being the entry fragger and stuff like that, because normally when the in-game leader goes, everyone goes, right? Like there's no stopping at that point.
It lets you
helps out the lead.
Lets you have like a very clear picture as well. Like, you know, you're there with the team. I think that's why we saw like that kind of happy, like lurking style of IGL fall out of favor somewhat, is just because, as you say, it relies on the communications being damn near flawless, especially at the level of which CS is played at now, you know. And that's a lot of pressure to kind of bestow upon everyone else for the IGL to still have a good picture painted in the round of what's going on.
This is a really good.
I hate rounds like these. Yeah, I hate rounds like these. Oh, thank God, man.
Oh, good nade at least, right? Heap's like, look, I don't even know why we're facing him. Let's just nade the guy out. And so he does. Mansu's still good for one, but they might get the trade. Don't want to let Mansu's scout do too much here, and they might not have a say in the matter. Everyone's blind there for a moment. Mansu caught out, and there's the double from Heap on the Heap peak.
Yeah, that could have
I
gone.
wanted you guys to saying it now too, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it out there. The Heap peak.
Works.
Honestly, he needs to get that Steam group set, man. It'll take off.
There might be one already. Let's if it's not, let's get one made.
Yeah.
That was a close. I was worried there, man. I hate rounds like that, especially when the scout, gets the tag and we don't get the kill initially. It's so concerning.
Yeah, especially considering Dig grouped B out of spawn and OG went 5 long, and it was like a seesaw. Like OG peeled back long to set up all cat as Dig leave the empty tunnels, group T spawn and go A, like walking into the lion's den and still coming out relatively unscathed. Good shot from Alexi. He will die with a bomb, taking no more with him, but Freiburg's dead, and so it's a damaging round from OG on that eco. Even so, coming in with guns now. Dig, they're very close. They've got to be feeling good right now. But it's never over till it's over, hey?
I'm not, you know what? Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
I'm not jinxing anything. I'm not saying shit.
Oh, here's something then. I just saw this. Twists was seen practicing with FaZe today.
I have heard about some of those rumors.
Yeah, and apparently Olaf was in the server.
So he's over Kirby.
Kirby was the man missing from the server there. So that's interesting.
Kind of makes sense role-wise, but it's like also, yeah, Olaf staying. See, now the other rumors are Karrigan to FaZe. So is it Karrigan over Olaf, Twist over Kirby? That's kind of a cool team. Rain, Cold, Karrigan, Twist. Who am I missing?
Cool.
Brokey, obviously. That is a cool
That's
team.
a cool lineup, yeah.
Who knows?
We're back though. 12-7 scoreline. It's a fast play. Dignitas Vi trying to walk out of mid. Alexi B is here though, holding an angle. Spots Freiburg. Gets the initial kill. There's not a lot of utility here though in favor of OG. So when we talk about a potential and we see the setup as well, it's a retake towards A. So if Dignitas Vibe makes the right call here and gets the bomb down on A, there's a potential, but Hallstork is moving his way over towards that B area. Looking to be a B split call with 3 members potentially going out of mid. Trade game needs to be in order. Oh man, the timing there for Alexi B. That's the best case here for Dignitas Vibe, but as we know, there's 2 more members of OG over at the B bomb site, so
Crunch right now. Oh, it's the flick back. He kills Heap as well. Hauser, nothing to do but die, and maybe even give them the AWP in the process. That's a great play for Alexi. The pop flash off of the back wall. Both players blind. He tries to transfer the second. One is fine, though, considering Issa can swing in with 2. And OG, that's their first round since the pistol, so
yeah,
on the board.
You're right there. Giving up the AWP there, you know that you don't have time. All you have to do is essentially die, but you kind of give it away for free. And we see now very much the same that we saw OG on that CT side on train. Double AWP setup is live. Mantu and Issa now picking it up. It's a long play here though from Dignitas Vi, and OG is not playing for it. So they're going to be just leaving this out. And we'll see what the answer is.
Oh, this hero AK getting close up through long. All right, the man with the golden gun. He does good damage. And it slows down this push. That AK now juggled across to somebody else. They're getting picked apart. It's nice, it's clean for OG. 9 on the board, 3 between them and Dignitas. But a reinvestment right on the horizon. Attempt at running the hero AK. Doesn't pan out for Dig.
I actually would like to see Dig do another fast B split. I think had Freiburg gotten the quick kill there on Alexi B, the Brew just gone for it, but we haven't necessarily seen it. But because they didn't work out, and obviously again with Dignitas Vi now having their long play work out, OG sticking with the same strats. Dignitas Vi, same thing there as well. Taking over long. We know as well there's another save round, right? Like being a little bit cautious here with the economy. I like to see that. There's more rounds to be played, so we obviously have to consider, though, by doing a double eco like this, especially with economy being the way it is, you do allow the CTs to get into the game a little bit more. So rounds like this is still very important to get some kills. This setup here is actually really good for Dignitas Vi because the Expo Flash will probably come over. They will at least be able to cross. Some damage could be done here, but we'll see. It's all going to be in the hands of Valde. Just gets the one.
Ooh, Alexi pressured, trying to stay alive at Gandalf, just trying to buy time. Thing is, while he's here, he is just like a nuisance, right? Like a fly buzzing around Dignitas that they can't get rid of. They can't swat him out of the round. And he's bought time for the rotations as well as putting up numbers. There is this flank coming in from Forest, so how long can Halzerk buy time for? Forest, oh, a lot on his plate, but shots are missing. And there's the turnaround. That's such a shame, man. Forest. That could have been one of those huge moments, but sadly, once the first shot is a miss, everything goes awry.
And even the bomb at that point, sure, best case scenario, he gets 2-1 digs there, and OG still has 2 members live on the bomb side to defuse the bomb, and he's pretty possible. But yeah, we talk about the economy, damage to the economy. Would have been nice to see had he gotten one or two kills. But at least it's a bomb plant in favor of Dignitas Vi, so this is going to be probably the best weapon round we see so far this half for both of these two teams. Still double up setup here in favor of OG. Another long play here for Dignitas Vi, this time around with weapons though. Last 2 rounds have been with ecos and a half buy. Same setup for OG. Why change it when it's been working?
Yeah, double upper pushes a lot of information around like this at the start, so early, so aware that this is a long A take. The flash is in, Alexi B doesn't move. It's a deep smoke. They got Alexi essentially trapped in this corner. If he gives away his position, they can hunt him, but he gets away with one and tucks again. It's with a kill, and Valde pushing in to drop the bomb. There's a trade for Hauser, but he's in too many of these 1v5s that
he lags
Alexi,
out.
Yeah, crashes mid-air. It shouldn't be a worry. They should have this round, but Hauser might be picking them apart from the seams. 2 left. He turns back into smoke, but he can't see it, sir. That would have been heartbreaking for OG if they lose to a DC, but instead they hold themselves just that little bit higher.
Yeah, I mean, at least there, yeah, to your point, right? I think there's still frustration, right? Because I think Alexi B doesn't lag out there. He probably doesn't die, and, Halser doesn't get 3 kills. So definitely a lot of economy damage there being done. But yeah, OG was ready for it. There was a lot of utility being thrown in there. I think that doing the 3 rounds in a row, especially when it has been working out, I think that maybe would have liked to see a little bit more speed to it. But at least now they've shown a lot of presence on the long. The only downside here is when you talk about, putting the mental state on the CTs is that you have not won those rounds, which means that you allow OG to still be playing these kind of retakes towards the long setup with the 2-1-2, 2 towards B1 mid and 2 towards cat. So you make the argument of like reality here should be that long should really be the place that we fight for, but they opt for no smokes instead with just an expo flash and spawn. OG's ready for it, gets 2 kills right off the bat.
Oh dear. This is what it's all come down to. I mean, we knew this game was going to be close, but it seemed like Dig were running away with things in the second half. Now OG fielding round after round after round. And Alexi is back in the server, so hot water here for Dig.
Man, it's still very much the same as day one, these close score lines. As you said, 12-11, and we already see the buy coming in from Dignitas Vi here. Half buy, a lot of utility, pistols, still very winnable. But we look at the economy or OG, it's going to be an uphill battle here for sure. Dignitas Vi has to string up some rounds together and say that OG definitely in a good spot right now. These rounds, never say never. Always dangerous. AK on Forest. 3 Deagles. We'll see, they're moving the way towards mid here. Lexi B, good timing. I would love to
Very
see,
smart.
yeah, I would love for us to be just safe here. You know, we have a lot of flashbangs left. Let's not dry peek any corners here. That's fine with the smoke and do that, because I think that's a little bit unorthodox, so.
Yeah, they flashed over the top at the same time as well, so that's enough to send Mantu back. He hears a smoke bloom, he knows there's numbers, and he wants nothing to do with it. Still this double orb. Issa has been taking it in these last couple over Alexi, so armed and dangerous at the back of the B-bomb site. Won't really get into this round for now.
OG has the right read here as well. We haven't done a B split smoke or anything like that, so OG feels pretty comfortable in standing the way they're standing. They're actually pushing.
Oh,
Oh, it's a last-minute change to try and go back into middle. Oh, the spam is good from Valde and Alexa B. Halzerk. Oh, there's the response. All right. He's opened up the B bomb site. The bomb on his back as well. He's doing it. Oh, they just about get Heap in through the window. Oh, it's gotten a little bit uncomfortable now, though. Halzerk retrieving the AWP. He's onto his weapon of choice. Doesn't have armor behind it, but the AWP is the perfect gun.
No
An
utility
armorless
for
player.
CT. So they're waiting. I mean, this is still going to be difficult here. They can't even flash away the op angle. But we do have Valde coming from lower. Still a lot of time left here to be said. Going to be on Fabric here in terms of timing.
Oh, the little boost they're trying to spot in, but this is taking a lot of time, and they concede it. Yeah,
Wow.
It takes so long to get poised, to get ready for the retake. As you say, I think they're hoping that Dignitas kind of, you know, give them a little more than they ever did. You know, I think they were hoping for a peak to come through or something. You know, anything just to edge that advantage in their favor and then move in for the retake. That's because of the lack of utility, as you pointed out, Robin. And now, you know, Halzerk alone essentially gets that entire round locked in with the double into the B site.
Yeah, these are nice shots here. Obviously for OG, they kind of expect as well, someone's going to be coming from upper tunnel eventually, so let's fight for mid, but we already got the 2 entries. But that's a really nice opening from Halzerk. As we know, though, OG saved 2 weapons as well. Their economy is great, so still very much sure we have the lead on Dignitas buy, but their economy is not great. Very important round here now.
Oh, trapped in front of the Molotov. Valde couldn't go back. He was hoping for a repeak. Harry finishes the job. 10 health. A man up for Dig again. And back up the cat will they go. Oh, there's a quick switch. Mantu drops. He could have had a free kill. Alexi will take it, though, instead, saving his life. As long as it's not costly. They go back to a mid to be smoked, but it's all a fake. It's all a ruse. And Issa should be able to confirm or deny. He's already pushed through. Fighting in the mid doors. Forest mollied off. The bomb's going out long right now. And OG have no one there. That's something for Dig. Forest is still keeping attention in middle with 2 players here. Issa might want to walk back spawn side and leave the orb because it's only Alexa B inside of A.
It's a good setup. It essentially choked OG off here. I was going to say Alexa B needs to do something because he can't just be stuck on bomb side here when the other guys are in mid. If we're looking for timing here, we see OG obviously crawling their way. They have mid control now, so in terms of timing, Dignitas Vi needs to get a move on or they're going to get flanked here. A lot of utility being thrown. Yep, this is a really bad spot to be in now all of a sudden.
The AWP flank, Freiburg on the corner. Mantu misses and Freiburg's got the kill. It's bought time for the plant. Alexi's out of the picture. It's all down to the retake. Fast enough long already. Issa's gone. It's MBK in the spawn up close. They know this is the only position he can be in right now if he's not on some ridiculously late cat lurk and Heap is tucked in to play the bomb. It's open. It's planted for them both. There's surely no way for MBK. He's going to tap it already on the right angle into a one-on-one, and that works wonders, but he can't get the second kill. Freiburg surely. Can he get him off the bomb? It's a stick. 2 seconds. Freiburg needs a kill. He's got it in Dignitas. 14 rounds. Oh my, they hold on somehow. What a play for MBK. The fact that he isolates that Gandalf battle by playing the headshot angle against Heap is so smart, but he can't win this stick. It was his only option.
I mean, these rounds are so damn close. Still just keeping 1 member alive. Sure, it's a round win, but oh man. That was looking very dangerous. I think OG had a really good setup there. I mean, Alexa B is completely stuck on the bomb side, and as soon as he starts hitting the nades on long and also on catwalk, like a call needs to be made. And we see here, obviously, Mantu missing that shot.
Yeah.
After that, getting the bomb down, and same problem for OG again, for the 2v2 retake is that they don't have a lot of nades. Just force a dry peek and hope they land the headshots. 14-11 here now. We look at the money, and obviously, again, because of OG has had just a very solid CT side, they've been able to buy essentially 3 rounds in a row. This is essentially the last weapon round, so if Dignitas were to win this one, it's going to be very hard for OG for the potential last round on number 15. Same can be said, though. We talk about look at Dignitas buy money, right? So it's still 3 rounds to win in a row, but they're down at 0. Forced to rebuy this every single round, so...
That's the thing. I know you now, Robin, and also any Dignitas fans out there, right, are going to be wanting them to win this round, because if you want an easy path to victory, well, this is it, right? This is your best chance for it, and you're probably not going to get another opportunity like this, because as you say, if it's a lost round for Dig, then there's no money left, and so suddenly OG are the ones who can build back into it. Complete flip side to that is if Dignitas win this, then the money's gone for OG, and so you are staring victory dead in the face at that point. This round right now is so important for deciding the outcome of this game.
And OG goes back to their default, essentially. 2-1-2. Oh, man, I was going to say, he's going to spot Holster right there. A little bit of a one-way. Saw on the spots as well. That was one of the operas. We know that Mantu still has one on the A-bomb site. Holding a bit of a retake situation now. And that's normally okay when you're in a man advantage. Being a retake situation in a 5-on-4 is really not where you want to be, but normally it does allow to at least potential more of a save. And I think that's really something OG should be considering here if, you know, Dignitas Vi gets the bomb site for free and there's no kills being traded.
Here we go, though. Crossing. Mantu can't see above this smoke. It's a one-way for a reason, and Harry has already crossed into the site. He can't chase the AWP. Mantu at least is aware that he's not able to get kills and just gives it up to play retake. It's a safe play, but it's still going to cost a plant and precious time. 4v4 and income OG.
Yeah, Issa on that rotate, right, was able to retrieve the AWP that Alexa B dropped as well. So he's now got a gun at least to attempt this. And moving up through CT, this is all or nothing for OG. If this doesn't work, it is disaster. We're down to the 2v1 now. Mantu, pressure is really building at this point. Running on in, and now just looking for a fight that's... Oh! Into the site. Bye-bye, Freiburg. But there's no time for the defuse. A hell of a jump shot to land. It's style points for OG, but it's map points, series points for Dignitas.
Oh my god, man. Okay, I'm again biased, of course. It's a bit sweaty over here at the moment. These are some really close rounds. I can't believe that shot gets hit. That's a Vac Kaylee shot. Mantu, God, Jesus Christ.
Doesn't even see him. He just
that is a Vac meter at 100%. Yeah, I was gonna say that has to be 100. Also with the BM. But yeah, this is, to your point here, you know, if you are a Dignitas Vi fan, like you really wanted to win that round. Mantus does save the op though, but we look at the buy from OG. This is finally a step where Dignitas Vi finally gets OG down to a reset. And it's at map and match point at that as well. But these rounds are risky, man. These rounds are the ones that anything could really happen. Same setup though, 2-1-2 from OG with that retake. Oh. Oh, wow.
Doesn't fall for the bait. Jump across, still wins the AWP fight. Big pickup for Mantu.
Now you're sweating, right? Because this is one of these moments where if you dig, you're thinking like, well, this is our chance to win. You know, like this is the easiest chance we're going to have. And so no one wants to overstep the mark. No one wants to give it away. There's a 1-for-1 inside of the B site. Keeps the advantage in favor of OG. Issa's Deagle tearing them apart. And Heap arriving very, very late with the bomb. They're already into the site. They've already rotated in. There's the first. The Molly going to push him forward and into the prying eyes of players at CT. That smoke actually gives Heap a little more room to work with, but he can't deal with the one man in the bomb site. OG, 12 to their name. Too. And now, now the money's gone for Dignitas. Oh, the sweat is coming back out, Robin. I don't like it.
Dude, yeah, it's sweaty right now, man. Even here, like, I would still argue that it's still winnable, but we don't smoke off the cross. And the flashbang comes in. You know, when we first get the kill there, yeah, it's a trade on the bomb side. But if we get the smoke in, I think that it's doable. But instead, money went into the dumpster. So it's still a buy, but...
Play for round 30 at this point.
Another 16-14. Well, it can't be a 16-14, but potential of an overtime. This is how we get the overtimes. Smoke and a flashbang on Heap, though. They're moving towards the A-bomb side. Probably best case here, we talk about retake situations for OG, and it's the same setup. So I think getting the potential bomb plant is definitely a possibility. I think winning the round, though, is going to be difficult unless we land some really nice 1Ds. And there's the push. Hada goes down from Mantu. They have the bomb site. Like I said, it's a retake situation. Ideally here, we want to go for bomb plants, but we go for aims instead. And good hold by OG here. And this is going to be, again, you talk about it, a potential round number 30.
Yeah.
Not a lot of money here, obviously, because we buy for last. So they would have hoped for that bomb plant.
Yeah, you could probably fast forward and skip this round, right? They're not going to have anything to play with if they want to be able to buy full in the last. So yeah, one flash is all they invest in on Freiburg. They're going to pop out long with it. One man waiting B side, and really just desperate times here for Dig. Oh, double nade, bye-bye. And even the doors cordoned off, smoked deep. They're going to go run it down mid instead. Is here with the tip taps. Yeah, no point giving guns away in a round like this, so backing up on the corner and just dropping the bomb, cleaning it up. He's one man dead, but it's not going to cost anything here for OG. It's nowhere for Forest to go. So 14-15, round 30, exactly how Dust 2 went the other day, except maybe with a different result. It was OG to win that one out in number 30. This time it's either Dig to take it or it's overtime.
I think Heap drops Hallsuck and AWP there. But yeah, money is not based on the buy that Dignitas buy had 2 rounds ago there of the scouts and the pistol rounds. Still a good buy here, but with Heap being forced to drop the AWP to Hallsuck, it's not going to find himself with any utility. Alexi B gets tagged here though. It's a fast mid take, just for map control. It's very much the same setup that we've seen OG in again and again. The only difference now, actually, they've left long and opting a little bit more for a mid and cat presence.
Oh, I mean, is this where we get the ultimate poetic justice, right? Is it a 16-14 finish for Dig? Or does this series keep on ticking over? Issa doing everything he can to get them to overtime. Man advantage taken. There's another coming through for OG, this time from the AWP on MBK. And so it's down to 3 now for Dignitas. They haven't really got any map control either. That's the scary part here. They tenuously have a grasp on mid. They're looking towards Catwalk. They don't know what's going on in the tunnels, so you can't even risk falling back B at this point. You're kind of hamstrung to hit this A bomb site, but at the very, very least, there's only one man actively defending it for OG. That is the AWP over here on the back of Mantu. So Dignitas, maybe the right place to end up. It does all hinge on getting past this AWPer at the crossroads and then winning some of these fights to enter the post plant. Mantu posted up, flashes go in, dropping into CT. Is the first man through for Dignitas, but he's already been taken out by Alexi at the cross. Halzerg, there's one. Here's the 2 at the crossroads, however, and so it's down to Forest. Not gonna happen. Overtime now. Moving in as this game carries on. OG, they managed to make that little mini comeback happen to lock in an OT.
We've had 4 players on OG use the AWP in this series as well, so this time it's MBK running it into that round. Mantu to close though on his. About time. Able to finally get these cross shots off instead of just backing up and playing retaken rounds that often get lost. Heavy long setup for OG. 4 players out of the gate, not wanting Dig to take any real estate, and the HEs go in, keeping Dig out. They weren't interested anyway. Heap was hearing all of that util go in.
Yeah, that last round there, the first entry there in mid on Freiburg. We saw the molly being placed where I think it was Valde were situated, but a little bit sloppy there on going before the nade gets hit. So we find ourselves in an overtime with 16k on both sides. It's been a slow round so far. Minute is gone on the clock. Same very much default setup here as well. I really like this call from Dignitas. I was going to say OG has been playing, you know, these retake setups a lot, and it has been working out for them. So I do like the whole thing of trying to just take Cat 1 control and just leaving. Now we're leaving essentially Mantu by himself here all the way by his lonesome on the long area. Alexa B is here as well, but this is looking like a very dominant round here from Dignitas. Why couldn't this have happened the last 2 rounds, you know?
Always the way.
Oh, dude, it is a classic, isn't it? Like, one team has 3 chances to get 1 round, they can't do it, they get to overtime, they take it right away. But I guess, you know, you'd know better than I, obviously, Robin, but I imagine that comes of like that sense of, you know, you just want to get the game over the line, you just want to get that 1 round, and so that's all you're focusing on. Maybe the solutions aren't as clear to you till you hit that overtime, and suddenly, you know, not pressure's off, the pressure's still very much there,
Exactly.
but you do have a few more rounds to play with, right?
I think it's like small things, right? Like on a player mental state of like seeing that number 15 of like seeing, oh, we just need 1 more round and out of 5. So what is that? You know, 20%. But yeah, I do think that once that overtime comes into play, you kind of reset again and you kind of check yourself back in. But yeah, that was a nice approach. We haven't seen that in the regular time here as well of Dignitas Vi taking over Catwalk and then falling back. I really like that call. We obviously saw as well, timing was definitely there. Valdo was just about to push it along. So I think OG had a very good kind of concept as well that we're trying to go for this round. But because it's 16K in this overtime with 3 rounds, we're not going to have a situation where money is going to be a problem. Next round, for example, Alexa B is low, but he's just going to get someone else to drop him the AWP. So, but still a double op setup. Hands of OG, and still very much the same quick default here from Dignitas Vi. The one difference from OG here, they've noticed, again, I talked about it, of Dignitas Vi not being able to have success on long. Even though that was a mid-round or late round take, you see the setups from OG starts with 1 long and 1 cat right off the bat, and that's not really normal that you see. It means that they've felt pretty comfortable with Dignitas Vi not going too over the top fast aggression. So nice aggressive play. We saw that from Dignitas Vi on their CT side as well. Nice kill there from Mantu onto Forest.
Yeah, and look at the movement. He gets a B pick, he immediately comes A-ward bound. Valdi in the body, he's waiting to strike, but unfortunately Freiburg will find him. Actually fully blind while doing so. Alexa B and Mantu trying to boost. Which AWP is going up? Oh, you've only got space for 1. They're not boosting to get on the site, they're just boosting to kill. And Mantu, that's his aim of the game. Nice shot to Freiburg. Issa finds 1 in the meantime, and the bomb coming in safe as grenades cover the site. Oh, this utility, the mollies, the HEs, everything. Halzak, no chance, as there's so many targets, and the second he fires, they're all eyes on him. 16 all, OG get a retake on a nice mobile round from Mantu on that AWP.
Another late long exec here. Gets the first one, but yeah, Heap goes on. I think if Heap doesn't go down a catwalk there, because he is basically the kingpin there to ensure that OG can't be rotating. Once you get the bomb down plant there, it would have been a little bit, probably in a better situation. But to your point, this is a nice shot here from Mantu as well. I mean, you barely spot the head.
They had a really good B spawn on the side of Dig. We see a lot of attention going B this round. I imagine that is kind of in part due to the spawns, right? They're able to get to lower tunnels very, very quickly to help out. I was curious if that was going to influence, like, you know, maybe you get like a fast B thrown in at the end, but I prefer the fact that we don't. I like kind of, you know, taking this more methodical approach as opposed to just Hail Marying a B play in.
That would have been a good round to do that, though. We haven't done, you know, we haven't seen that on either side so far, and we still know that OG is obviously running that double up setup. Wow, that's a nice flick from Mantu. He's been here basically the whole round, haven't really spotted anyone. Finally gets his opportunity. This is the same round from Dignitas Vi. I think maybe they found that we should have won the last round, but with a man disadvantage again, it's another difficult round for Dignitas Vi. Heap Peak is alive though and activated.
What a god! Like, it's actually insane how many rounds he just destroys. and you barely even see him. Molly lands, shot does as well. Halzak picks up the AWP, but is put down by Alexa B. Oh, Forest, he's lurked out. B, this bomb's got a long rotation, though. Oh, can Forest get a kill before the bomb is here? Well, the bomb is spotted. Is this more walking out mid? Oh, dear, the timing. He sees it. He now makes the call, but is
this
he
might
ready
be good,
for Forest
though.
so deep? Yeah, he could get baited in with his knife out. He's trying to beat the rotation.
No.
Oh, Forest, this is up close. He looks back. Issa gets the kill, and that is a catastrophe. If Forest waited a few more seconds, he would have had the round in the palm of his hand. Freiburg now, 15 seconds. Surely no time to go away. He's going to give it a go. He needs to get this insta headshot, but with the miss jump, I think it's over. And that's it. OG 17-16. They take the lead at the end of the first half.
Man, that's such a shame for Forest. He tries to turn the 1 kill into 2 kills right on the back of seeing the CT rotate, but then that kind of throws his timings off a lot on that peak from Issa. Big stuff for Issa to get that kill, right? Because that really does save OG. Like, would have been an incredibly different round if Forest maintains the B control and you know, that bomb's allowed to go down, because suddenly all the pressure's off of Dig. Well, not all the pressure, right? But all the pressure, the timing at least, is on to OG, and they would have been the ones kind of clamoring in for that retake. It's a big kill for Issa to find, and now we move into Dig on this CT side. OG, been a little while since their T side antics. Brought to the fray.
Good initial call here, Hugo, coming from OG. It's a A split, 3 towards long, bomb at catwalk. We know it's an A retake situation here. Leaving Hada actually now, so this is actually a very risky run here from Dignitas. We'll see timing though permits for OG.
Molly in close left doors. Better than having to hog clear it.
See, Freiburg's very, very pushed over at the tunnels. I wonder if you see any aggression from him to enable like an early rotate. They're already out through Cat, so now you don't need information anymore. You need these players rotating around. They need help inside of A.
Oh, no.
Because these 2 players along get pincered. No one's there to hold it, no one's there to help, and so they get overran through the long doors and through sight. It's a 3-on-3 retake to decide whether or not OG claim match and series point, or if Dig keep the fight going. Alexa B flashed off the angle. Him and Issa inside of the bomb site, while this AWP is on the back of Mansu at long. That is a big problem for later in the round. The Dig are still going to have to deal with, because even though they've got these kills, now it's Mansu's game. It's on his terms, and he nails the shot. 18 for OG, match and series point, and Dignitas now, they're the ones who have to try and come back to take this to a second overtime.
Yeah, and that was really slow on the rotates here, I feel like. You know, I feel Halsek and Hada was fighting for a very long time. We kind of got the call as well that they're definitely walling and long, and they're up on catwalk, but we don't see the rotates coming in very fast, so puts them in a 3-on-3 situation, sure, but bombs down. Nice round from OG. And yeah, 2 rounds now that they have to get match point. I think there was one more timeout. It was just called. Let's talk about it. It's always the risky part though in overtime, you know, calling timeouts because of the fact you have so much economy here. Like for all we know, you know, like OG might as well just rush B, right? Because they have so much money though, we see 2 auto snipers and an AWP. Not sure if things as far as going to be ready for this. Obviously, with the economy being 16K. Oof, yeah.
Oh dear. Is that it? Is that the game?
Yeah,
could it all fall in the B site? Oh, they molly it. That's something. There's no commitment. OG could have just taken B and maybe the entire series. But now they might anyway. Freiburg shot through the smoke, crossing to the corner. Halzak has to be a hero. OG are running into the site. They might even spot him here. He is so blind. Oh, a missed shot. That was his chance, his opportunity, and he might still have one to take away the map, but not today. It's all on Heap in a 1v4, and he'll need some Heap peaks of his own as he runs through the smoke. It's Issa to close. OG, 19 rounds and Dust 2 in the palm of their hand. What a series we just had. What a competitive game. It really lived up to the hype. A commiserations, Robin, of course. But damn, was that some crazy Counter-Strike lasting quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, I mean, it was kind of what we were asking for as well, right? Like, we're coming into this rematch. We'll have 2 more of those today as well. But, you know, Dignitas by losing Inferno, they won. Coming back today, winning Inferno, OG, same thing there, right? Losing Train 16-13, ends up winning that series. And then coming into Dust 2, sure, OG won that last time 16-14, but Dignitas might definitely have a chance here to win, but goes into overtime, and then by then 19-16 in favor of OG. Yeah, what a great series. I think we're gonna jump to a quick break, and we'll be back to with a potential interview.